Years ago, I made this. It's old magazine scraps, black and white pictures, somebody else's eye, little tiny pieces of scraps of paper that didn't seem to have anything to do with anything else. And yet, it became a bird, a whole, unrepeatable bird. And that is what the treasure series has been really all about from the beginning. We started out with take note, because before you can take meaning from life, you have to start out with the pieces. And you have to notice those pieces. Most people rush past their lives like it's junk mail. The hard seasons, the strange seasons, and the moments that look like they're just totally insignificant at the time. But collages don't begin with a masterpiece. They begin with scraps. Then came recognized growth. Sometimes you can't notice what you're changing right when you're in the middle of it. You just keep showing up, you keep surviving, you keep fixing dinner, and you try to keep losing your mind when you're in the grocery store. But one day you step back and you realize that the scattered pieces are starting to take shape. And then we talked about extracting the gem. Not every piece has to be in the center. Some things become wisdom, some things become warning, and some things become compassion for other people. And some things, they become the exact thing that someone else needs to be able to breathe again. We learn to acknowledge, not to pretend things didn't hurt, and not to rewrite our story to make it sound prettier. Just tell the truth. Because healing has a hard time growing where honesty isn't welcome. And then, sow the wisdom, which is really just deciding that you're not going to let your story die with you. That maybe the things you survived should never be buried. Maybe it was meant to become a shelter or a guidance or permission for someone else. Then, understand or believe. Trusting that even when life feels really random, that God sees the whole picture, even when all you see is a tiny little piece of scrap in your hand. And then last time, we talked about release, letting go of all those things that cut your hands when you try to hold them. Not because it didn't matter, but because you matter. And now we're here. Embrace the whole story. Not just the shiny parts, not just the chapters that you would frame for company. You are your whole story. The whole story. And maybe this is for us too. You're not your worst chapter, and you're not your strongest chapter either. You are the whole collage. The heartbreak, the faith, the mistakes, the survival, the humor, even those ordinary Tuesdays that nobody applauded. All of it. And collages don't apologize for their pieces. Maybe the real treasure isn't being perfect. Maybe it's finally seeing that God can make something out of anything. And maybe, after all these years, we can stop asking if our story is worthy and start asking, what version of ourselves do we want to frame? I want to thank you for walking through this treasure with me. And I hope that you remember this. Even the shreds count. Just saying. And if you've found any of this valuable in your life, I really hope that you will hit that like button and support of my YouTube channel, and please subscribe. I'd love to have you in my little community, and I'd love to hear your comments as well. But Until next week, signing off. I'll see you then.